There was a man that had a dream. And this man, in his dream, he saw two banquet halls. And in one of the halls, he went in and saw very mighty banquet table with people surrounding the table. But the man said he was surprised. He was surprised because people that were around that table were starving. They were hungry. And the reason was because they were holding long spoons. They tried to feed themselves. And going to the second banquet hall, the man saw the same food, the same table, but people on that table with that long spoons were feeding one another. And I think this story is a story of what will happen to us if we don't take care of our neighbors. And that reminds me of the gospel today. Going to this gospel, we see a story of the rich man and Lazarus. And everything in this story of rich man and Lazarus is all about heaven and hell. There is heaven and there is hell. You know, this man, the Bible did not say maybe he committed this big sin. The Bible did not say this man killed someone. This man did not go to church on Sundays. Maybe he was going to church on Sundays. Maybe he paid his tithe. Maybe he was not owing anyone. Then, why did he go to hell? Because of the sin of omission. And what is the sin of omission? The sin of omission is failing to do what you're supposed to do. That good thing, failing to do it is a sin of omission. And what are the sins of omissions around us? Maybe you are a child, you go to school, you know you're supposed to do your homework, but you fail to do it. What about the Lazarus around us? We'll be wondering, who is this Lazarus Jesus is talking about? There are a lot of Lazaruses around us. Let's start from our homes. Maybe you are a husband. There was a time you used to love your wife, but now it's not happening. That your wife is the Lazarus Jesus is talking about. Or maybe you are the wife, and there was a time you used to love your husband, but now your husband is growing older and older and older, and it's like that love is failing. That your husband is the Lazarus Jesus is talking about. What about your children? When you go to a lot of families, you will see that parents do not love their children equally. They love this one because this one is very smart. This one gets AA, but this one doesn't know anything. That is the Lazarus Jesus is talking about. What about in your neighborhood? There is this man there living in your neighborhood. This sick man wants you to come and see him. He is the Lazarus Jesus is talking about. What about this baby in your womb? There is a baby in your womb. crying out, "Mom, Mom, I want to be alive." That baby is the Lazarus Jesus is talking about. That baby wants to come to this world. Who is your Lazarus? That is the question. As I said before, there is heaven and there is hell. Let us choose one today. Do not say, "I come to church every Sunday. I pay my tithes. I give money to the church." Very good. What about the sins of omission? Failing to do what you're supposed to do. Failing to do good things you're supposed to do. There are a lot. But let us ask God in this Mass today to open our eyes to see Lazarus sitting at our gates. Let us not pass by while Lazarus is lying there, because on that day, Jesus is going to say, "Did you see that Lazarus?" If you read the Gospel of Matthew 25:45, the Bible says, "What you do to the least of these, you do it for me." And when we do all this, when we take care of our neighbors, when we take care of our Lazarus around us, on that day, we will be carried into heaven, just as Lazarus was carried into heaven. And we say, "Welcome. Welcome home, my child. You did well, and this is your crown."